Hi, welcome back. Glad you could join me today.
Hello everyone, it's Strokes of Progress. On today's video, we are going to be doing another Bob Ross tutorial. But to challenge ourselves, we are going to be only using Crayola watercolors. We're going to test them to see just how pigmented they are. You can see I already was doing a little bit of work on it, but we're going to see if we can paint an entire tutorial using them, because I feel like maybe some beginner artists do not have watercolors, and this is a very inexpensive way to watercolor. So let's see if we can create something from it. I decided to not use the brush from it. I'm going to be using a little bit bigger paper, and to be honest, I just didn't think that I could paint very well on the sheet of paper with this. So we're going to be using some other brushes. My mom gifted me these, so we're gonna test them out and see if they work. She got these at Walmart, as she actually got both of these for me to try out, but she got this from Walmart for me and she surprised me with these. So we're gonna use them just to see if, you know, inexpensive items can create something that beginners can use and how difficult they are. So let's get right into that. Wait, really quick before we start, I wanted to say thank you so much for 50 subscribers. I'm so excited. My next goal is 100, so please subscribe if this is content that you like and something that you'd be interested in. This is just a really chill channel where we paint together, we test out things as beginners, and we learn and grow together. So it's nothing too serious, but yeah, with that, let's actually get into the video. Let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna be starting with my brushes that I got from Walmart, just because I wanted to give it a fair chance, and the brush that this came with, I just don't think I'm gonna be able to paint quick enough on a canvas like this. So my mom got me these. We're gonna see how they work. It's a little bit bigger. The last Bob Ross tutorial I did, I had a smaller brush and it was hard to cover the canvas very quickly, but he always works with what he calls liquid white. I don't have that on my canvas, so I'm gonna just put like a little bit of water down. Yeah. Okay, I don't know about this brush. We're gonna keep trying. I think I see, oh my gosh, it has glue coming off of it. Okay, well, let's just keep going. He's doing blue and green together, and we're gonna mix them together. Deep in the woods, so we need it to be a little bit darker. I'm gonna add some brown to it. He didn't say that, but I'm gonna add some brown to it.
A lot of pressure and no pressure. Just make all these little different things happen. Just like so.
Yeah, so these little strokes you're gonna be doing, I'm kind of just imitating what he's doing. Okay, switching already. I can't. And I hope this doesn't ruin my other brush that I had on standby. Do you see all these little, that's from the brush. That is not the paper. So I cannot say that I recommend that brush to anyone, because what is that? I mean, it was a really cheap set, but, and I appreciate her getting it for me. Okay, we're gonna add in some dark spots. We're falling behind already. And if I do them, you have to put on brush now for this. Okay, he doesn't want it to be too blended together. I'm just adding a little bit more dark into my paint as I'm going, so that there are some areas that are a little bit darker. For me, I do tend to blend too much, so. Especially with his style of painting, because it's just so loose. And I have a hard time with that because I usually have an outline of what I'm painting beforehand to help me. And this is just very different. I'm just kind of going in and it's a little bit abstract almost. And you can see his brush strokes very well, but he's so good at making those brush strokes into images rather than painting in images like me. So he's blending right now, so let's keep going. I'm gonna add in some dark because I fear that I did overblend as I keep overblending. Maybe a little bit of blue in this. Yeah, he's like, sometimes it's hard to stop. True. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't want to overblend again, so I think I'm gonna leave it like that. But the freaking glue marks, that's sad, but it's okay. Now everybody has perfect supplies, so let's see if we can keep this going. We're adding some green, blue, and black, he said, and this is gonna be the water. Ooh. And he said start at the bottom and make that the darkest. So we're gonna try and do the bottom the darkest.
Right in here. Maybe a little bit more to the blackish color. There we go. I want this to be dark. Start at the bottom because I want it to be the darkest. And then work back upward. That way it's gonna pick up the
That's what he said to do. And okay. He's moving on. And he's bringing that like all the way up the page to meet right here. But I'm purposely doing these strokes like this, just horizontal to look like waves, I guess, in the end. I think that's intentional because I've noticed sort of what Bob Ross does is intentional movements with brushes to form shapes, like I was saying. Okay, he's making little trees now. I'm gonna switch to a smaller brush. This is one of the ones from the set that my mom got me. Hopefully there's no glue coming out of this one. He's moved on to trees, so we're just gonna take some black in the pan, and I want it to be super concentrated, so I'm not gonna add water to it. Add like a tiny bit. Then I'm gonna actually swirl it in the black. I'm gonna go like this to create a really thin little brush to use, you can see. And we're gonna try and do these trees that he's doing.
live in here. Just wherever you think they should live, that's where they're to live.
I think there would be a tree right here. I'm gonna go back in there. I'm gonna do little sharp flicking moments. You know what? Usually I am annoyed by ads on YouTube, but one just came on, and I'm not actually mad because it gives me a little bit of time to catch up. And he is, just every time I'm going in with that color, I'm kind of swirling my brush to get that little thin line again. He said that that's important, so I'm gonna go this, kind of flicking motions. Nice. And if you guys hear any noise in the background, our dog is actually out. I'm visiting my family right now, and I didn't feel like it was right to put her up while I was filming. I am a guest here, and this is her home. I wonder if you can actually see her. Can you see her? Laying, Mabel, can you say hi? Can you give me a paw? She's reaching. Thank you. She's such a good girl. She's being very quiet. We have another dog too, and she's a little bit older, but she's here too. I have posted on my shorts recently 2 videos, and Mabel chose what I was painting the other day, and then most recently our other little dog, she chose what I painted yesterday. So if you want to check those out, those are just on my shorts page. So they're not too far behind because, again, just posted them. But let's bring some more trees down maybe a little bit. You guys want to see Mocha? I don't know if I have time for that right now. His trees look a lot better than mine, but that's okay. It's almost like Bob Ross is a master and I'm just a beginner trying to make something work. That's okay. This is how we learn. Mocha, do you want to come say hi, or are you too comfy right now? Miss Mocha. If she comes, but she's pretty old. So she likes to sleep a lot during the day, and just kind of let her do her thing, and I don't really want to interrupt her too much. Okay, I think that's enough trees. I kind of like how that looks. It looks pretty good right here. It looks better further away, to be honest. Okay. We're mixing blue, sap green, and some white. What are we doing? He says, make it a little bit more blue. Okay, we're gonna try. We're gonna kind of go back in with the colors that we used earlier, so it's a little bit cohesive because it's pretty similar to what he's saying. And he's gonna add in some black. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see, add in some white. And when you're mixing colors like this, don't take it too seriously. Whatever, just have fun with it. And I'm not exactly sure what he's doing.
Just putting a few little details. See how it makes, oval brush makes it look like there's thousands of little leaves on those rascals. Super for that. And I'm just honestly, I am pretty surprised by this
Crayola like being as pigmented as it is. I didn't remember it being like this. You know, maybe I just used it incorrectly as a child. It's very possible. Wow. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out so far. This is actually going better than my last Bob Ross video, so I don't know if that means that I'm doing a better job or if this is maybe an easier tutorial. That's also posted on my page. I really want you guys to see Mocha though. I don't want to interrupt her, but I kind of do. Add some more bushes. These are going to be bushes down here for me. I don't want to add too much, otherwise I think it's going to get confusing. This tree's a little bit bigger. Nice. I like that. That's looking pretty good. Wow. I need a drink really quick. Something that I've noticed while painting is that I am not drinking enough, which is an issue because I'm a singer, so I'm getting dehydrated. I don't think coffee's a good solution though. I also almost drink my paint water sometimes when I'm drinking while painting. Just, you know, your hand's just grabbing and it just takes one small grab and me not paying attention, and that happens sometimes. I've never actually drank it without noticing completely, but it has almost happened. Okay, we're gonna go in dark. You're using a spatula to do that. I don't think that a lot of beginners would have that, so I'm just gonna use a brush, and I'm trying to make this as pigmented as possible.
It lives back here. Just, all I'm doing here, just pushing in some color.
I know that he's using that brush, but I think I need to steeple it in to make it kind of look a little bit more like a shoreline. If I did a single brush stroke, I think it would look unnatural, so I'm gonna kind of steeple that into a shape that looks like a shoreline, because I believe that's what this is gonna be. He's adding some highlights. I'm not gonna do that because mine is naturally a little bit darker because I didn't use one solid line. Yeah, nice. Okay, he's mixing together a highlight. He's a speedy man. Again, I'm not gonna be too religious about making sure my brush is clean because I kind of want everything to blend together in some ways. So these are just gonna be highlights within this area. Let's add some more highlights. And I'm gonna make the brush a little bit wet so it blends into these areas a little bit better. We're gonna go into the trees. Nice. And a little bit more water to sort of blend that in. He's using liquid white. Don't have it. I don't think most people would have that unless this is something that you do a lot of, which is why I'm using the Crayola set to show you that, like, I think that you can do this with any tools that you have, as long as you're just willing to set your brush onto, getting distracted, your brush onto a piece of paper and try. So this is where it's going to be difficult. He's adding highlights with white into his painting. I don't think that the Crayola white is going to be pigmented enough to do that. Let's try. And he's also using fan brush to do that, which I don't have available. So let's just try and get this white, like, I think I just added a little bit too much water. I was trying to clean it. Okay, let's just try and load up our brush as much as we can. I'm losing I'm losing hairs from the strand of, oh my gosh, there's just so many coming out. I really do not recommend these brushes, but I'm trying to load that up as much, oh my gosh, you can see, as much as possible to get a super pigmented result and see if we can do that. And he has kind of steepled that into here to indicate, again, a shoreline onto the black. Oh my gosh, I gotta get that even more white. Otherwise, I don't think it's gonna show up. And he's dragging those colors down. He's making it look like a waterfall, and I don't think that's gonna work on mine. But we can add white to the shoreline, and we're gonna do that. maybe, how do we do this? How do we make this work? Instead of adding a waterfall, let's just try and add in a tiny bit of highlighting with the white that we have. I just don't think it's going to be possible with this Crayola white. He's using a different style of paint too. His are like not, they're watercolors, but I think the correct word for it is gouaches. I'm not sure if that's correct, but they're like very thick watercolors. And I don't have any of those here. And again, this is a Crayola water set to see if we can do it. Oh, he's moved on. Oh no. Okay, he's added in shrubs onto the side, and to do that, I'm gonna try and make these shades really dark again. So we have competing or matching art a little bit. I'm adding a lot of brown, and I'm gonna add some black in. I said I wasn't gonna go back, but I'm gonna see his technique that he's doing for this, and he uses like square brushes a lot. And again, mine is not working that well, but we're gonna try. He said there's a happy little bush, which I really like. Okay, I'm gonna load up this brush, and I think it's gonna add more glue to my page, but I think this is, I don't know if I can do it with it. No, this is not working with, okay, this is the first time that the Crayola is starting to not be pigmented enough.
In your world, maybe he's in the sunshine, so you can put all kinds of happy little, and then maybe like this.
And I don't mix it with the water. Let's do this. He's moving on already, and I'm far behind. I think I need to pause it. I said I wasn't gonna pause, but why not? We're gonna add in some green. We're just steepling. One of the best purchases I bought for painting is actually this little clipboard right here, because it keeps my counters clean and it allows me a little bit more freedom. Okay, we're gonna hurry and steeple one. He added one on the other side as well, but I think this is, oh my goodness, these brushes. It might just be me, guys. It might just be me. Oh my word, it's like, it's just gonna be a little shrub. I don't care. This is not working. Maybe it was me. I think it's kind of in part the colors. I don't know what that is. Okay, we're moving on. He's moved on. I'm using my actual favorite brush, and he's adding a bridge. Okay. We're gonna need some, I think we're gonna just need to use the black to have this bridge show up. Is this drying?
And I tell you what, maybe it's behind these bushes, and all you can see is the part that goes over the water. So let's have it come up, and then maybe like this. We'll put some character in it, and then it has a little bend in it.
Brush. Okay. Oh, he's adding posts. So cute. Wow. Bob Ross is Cottagecore Queen. Because this is adorable. Okay, good. We have an ad. We can catch up. I did not have YouTube Premium. Okay, we have our bridge. And he's adding little rails. Okay, pause, Bob, please. Okay. We're just adding little lights. I know when to fall, so we're adding a railing. We're just gonna connect these little lines like this, I think. Ooh. I think using basically only black was indeed the right choice. I don't think if I had mixed it like he said it would have shown up. I don't think that's a very good bridge, but it is a bridge. Let's try and fix it up a little bit. Okay. He's adding in highlights. I'm gonna just focus on trying to make this look like a bridge right now. I don't think I can add highlights with this set, or maybe I'm just being negative. I don't know. The Crayola is actually pretty good so far, but I think adding in highlights is asking a little bit too much of it, considering that I could not get the white to show up down there onto the water. He's saying add sparkles, and I'm gonna be honest, if I'm gonna add sparkles, I will be using my glitter pens, even though I'm like, this is beginner friendly. I love my glitter pens. Okay, he's adding more bushes onto the side. a super great brush. We're gonna use the brush that, so, you know, this brush is from the same set and it does not have glue coming out of it, so I don't know why this one is so bad and left so many awful marks. Okay. I think I needed some green in that. Just making these sides darker. Yeah. Nice. He's adding rocks. He's just kind of throwing it in. And he's, yeah, using his brush to, again, make shapes. I think I'm kind of like boring on camera, guys. I really don't know how to make myself more interesting. If you've watched this far, thank you.
I thought about setting that up today, but I haven't had time.
Okay, I shouldn't have added water right there. I don't know. Okay, the main thing I'm noticing with the Crayola is that it's not the most pigmented it could be, but it's not terrible, especially if you're kind of loading up your brush as much as possible to get effects. I wouldn't say this is like my cleanest artwork, but I don't know if it's the brushes or if it's me. The brush is the actual watercolor on me, but it's in part me. Oh, he's adding another tree in. He's just adding foreground and background right now. I don't know if I want to do that. I just don't know if my brushes can make that look good. We can try. We'll try one, and we're going to try right here. We're going to try with this brush, and we're going to just use green and brown mixed together to make it dark enough. Like I said, I think that the key with the Crayola is not over mixing it when you're doing these detail works. This might blend in too much with the other one. We need to add a little bit darker. Another tree. I think it's unclear that it's a tree. So his paints are just so good, they cover up the other details that he's painted and blend everything together. So I think you're going to be a little limited with that, with these. Again, I might just not be doing it right. Oh, okay, he's going to add in some highlights now too. That's a good idea. Good idea, Bob. It's almost like he knows what he's doing. So we're going to use that highlight that we used earlier, and we're going to throw some in. I'm going to add a little bit more yellow because it's not showing up on mine. It's also possible that I should just let this dry. Wow, that's beautiful. Add some on my shrubs. Mine is a little abstract. Beautiful. Add some more into the shoreline right here. I wonder if we can fix the shoreline a little bit with a wet gel pen. This is not. But I wonder if we can just throw some highlights in, use my brush, drag it out. I'm not saying do this all the time, but I'm gonna cheat. He's adding in highlights right now to make the rocks look more like rocks. How are we gonna do that? I can't tell what shades he's using. Almost like a red and black. Red, black, brown, maybe. Actually, Bob, I really can't make that decision. I'm not a good enough artist. Man, Bob is zooming. Okay, we're adding in highlights onto our rock. But the problem with that for me is I don't think mine is dry enough. We're gonna try. Okay. I think the most important thing is that we're smiling and having fun with it. I think this is kind of what he intended this to be. This is a place to smile. We're making some accidents, happy accidents, there's no accidents, whatever his exact phrasing usually is. Yeah, there's no accidents. Just might be a little bit more abstract than his, but there's no accidents. He's adding in bushes. We're gonna try. We're certainly gonna try. He says you make it happen. Yeah, I'm trying to make it happen. I'm trying. I'm really trying to make it happen. I'm trying as hard as I can. These are not clear. This is going to be like a Monet painting where you have to kind of be far away to see what this is. Maybe that'd be fun. Beginner tries Monet painting because, am I saying that right? I'm probably saying it wrong. Correct me in the comments, please. I'm still just trying to add bushes and I've totally lost the plot at this point. He's adding foots to the stones. Okay. I've lost the plot. Oh, he's adding more waves in. We're gonna use. And I think we're gonna be able to do that, but let's just add in a little bit of white with our white gel pen. We're gonna take our brush. We're gonna tap it in. I mean, this is about as good as we can do right now. Just have fun with it and make it your own. This is very abstract, but this is as good as we can do right now, so. And it's honestly turning out pretty cute. This is something that I would still put on the fridge because I think it's very cute. It's demure. It's not asking for attention. It's just there, doing its job. Looking cute. That's all we can ask. Oh, he's adding in more tree limbs. Bruh, pop. Let's try. I think that's the most important thing. You're looking at something and you're like, oh, he's doing something else. Well, let's try. Yeah, he's just adding more. He's adding more trees into the foreground. No, he's saying he's gotta go. Don't go. Don't go yet, Bob. I'm still struggling. He's already done. Like how? Do we have to be done as soon as he's done? Let's just add in a couple of like. Okay. This is what I got it to look like. Wow. I'm pretty happy with it. Let me take this camera down and we're gonna do. Let's talk about it for a little bit. I also need to drink a little bit more coffee. Okay, guys. I know we just painted everything. So, what are the takeaways? Honestly, this kind of came out cute. I'm really excited about it. It came out a lot better than my other Bob Ross painting, which I was gonna pull. I don't know where it is right now. It's in kind of my clutter over here. I would not recommend these. My mom got them as a gift for me, but they almost ruined my paper. So maybe don't use these. Just get a couple of nice brushes at a craft store or honestly on Amazon. Yeah. And then, okay, this, very surprising. It worked actually pretty well. The only problem I had with it was the dark shades and the white being pigmented enough. But that being said, overall, it worked fairly well, and I think it produced a product that, I mean, I'm not Bob Ross. This is cute. I always say, don't forget to hang your art on the fridge, and that applies to this. I will say, look, can we see? These are all from that watercolor brush. All these little teeny tiny marks. Those are not intentional. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Do you hear the dog? Mocha, do you want to say hi? Come here, Mocha. I'm getting distracted on the outro, but I don't know if anyone will watch this far. We might have to crop that. Ah, here she is. Say hi. She's my old lady. Okay. She'll get a treat after. But thank you so much for watching. Please comment, subscribe, and like this video if you really enjoyed it, and if you got this far, I would appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers, eventually 1,000, but let's focus on 100 first. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a good one.
From all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting, and God bless, my friend.